Okay, so I'm working on the Chevelle Turbo LS build, and what I need to do is I need to mate this size pipe at a funky angle to a 3-inch tube, kind of something like this. It's actually like a weird angle, okay? So the coping of this pipe to match to that and get a nice tight fit is going to be difficult, right? So what I did is I 3D printed a plastic ring, okay, and it has a bunch of holes in it, 1/16 inch holes all the way around, okay? It's split here. And then what I did is I took some stainless welding rod, which is 1/16 in diameter. This happens to be stainless, 308 size. It was like 15 bucks for a 1-pound tube. And then what I did is I just sliced a bunch of them to a couple inches long, and they're allowed to move in here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is basically, you know, when you put this guy on this tube like so, you know, this isn't the correct fit up, but anyway, it's on the vehicle. But anyway, what you do is you're gonna come over here, and I'm just gonna press this guy down and make sure all the things are extended. Okay. Should have done a better job of deburring these. These are all really sharp. I'll show you this in a second. Okay, so make sure they're all pushed down. So there it is. That's the joint, right? So all you got to do is pull this back now to about right there, and take your Sharpie. So this is the, and I'm just demoing this obviously, and there'll be some fine tuning involved, but overall, okay, and then we just slide this guy off so you can see that's the cut I need to make to get that sucker to fit on there nice and tight. All right, now I know a bunch of you are probably going to ask for the STL file and everything. I can certainly do that, but I would probably want to refine this a little more and make several different sizes. This right here is for 1.75 OD tubing and whatnot, so I would probably make, you know, I'd have to make them for all different kinds of sizes. Every time I 3D print something and make a video about it, I do get people asking for the files. So anyway, yeah, just hit me up with an email and maybe we can make that happen. But anyway, that's pretty cool, right? Because I cannot visualize or know how to do that any other way. Okay, so here's the actual application where I'll need to use this. This was just a demo. I'll obviously wipe that off. I'm going to cut this as short as I can and attach it here. And then this guy's going to come out. Okay, so here's what I'm working with. The wastegate is loose. This tube is loose, but what you can see is I need to connect this and dump it right into the down tube. And here's the leftover pieces from the cut, or from this piece. So I got 2 shots at this. Actually, I think one piece is going to be a little short. But anyway, here is my DIY coping tool. Okay. And in this application, it's not going to work exactly how I want. Normally, you slip it over a tube and jam it into the intersection, but this guy is kind of in the way. So what I'll do is I'll kind of eyeball the angle. I think it'd almost be better if this guy was off. All right, so that looks pretty good right there. You know, obviously this is eyeballed, but these are all hitting the pipe. So I'm just gonna gently go like this. All right, so there we go. That's my notch. Let's see how well that works. All right, so here's the pipe. Just cut it out with a flap disc, and I could probably do a little more smoothing and whatnot, but in any case, this is just the first fitment here, and what I'm doing is just rocking it, and it fits really good, and there's no gaps, no big gaps all around that. And here, we'll rotate this guy, and you can see it is a very good fit. So all I have to do now is trim some length off of this, because I need to get the flex in here, right? So bam, get the flex in there, and I think I should be good to go. I just ordered a die grinder bit, and I'm going to need it for this tack weld that's protruding in here, and also I'm going to punch a hole in here and then use a die grinder to hog out the hole. Whoops. But I can't believe this, man. That's awesome. That worked great, man. 3D printer for the save. I don't know how the hell I would do that without it. So, yeah, very cool, guys. Okay, so I touched this up with the flap disc and made it smoother. Well, basically, I held it up, and I used the mirror, went all the way around, and there was a little bit of a gap here on this front edge. So what I did is I lightly sanded everything but where the gap was to bring the pipe closer, and now it fits like a freaking glove. And also I trimmed it, so then this flex goes on here, and what I did is I got it on there nice and tight, and I drew a Sharpie all the way around, so that fits absolutely perfect. And what I need to do now is take the downpipe off and hog that off. So what I'll probably do is offset this hole by 3/16 of an inch all the way around, and that's the material I will remove. Okay, just so I get enough meat on there to weld. But that looks good. This kind of has a sloppy fit just because it's smaller. That has a really tight fit, but in any case, that's plenty good for what we're doing here. But man, it fits in there really tight. I mean, can't get better than that, man. So, all right, let's remove the downpipe and hog that out. Okay, so I just kept grinding until I got to a point where there was enough overlap where I was comfortable with my weld capabilities and lining this all up. Okay, so there will be a little bit of a step. Okay, I don't want to get too close because then if I create a gap, well, that's just worse. So anyway, this hole is bigger than the hole of the wastegate, okay? So I think it'll be okay. But anyway, it's a really nice tight fit here. What I got here is a mirror. So what I did is I got it lined up and I just went all the way around and I made sure it's a nice tight gap, and I'm just gonna go ahead and hit it with my gun, all right? All right, so this is all tacked up. Man, that was a lot of fussing, but man, I think it turned out great. All right, so here's the final shot. Just dumps right into there. So that looks pretty good.